Saranda and Ksamil are probably the most famous destinations in Albania right now. Every summer, millions of photos flood Instagram showing crystal clear water, white beaches, and turquoise bays that look more like the Caribbean than Europe. But here's the thing, what social media doesn't always show you are the mistakes travelers make when they visit for the first time. After spending a lot of time exploring southern Albania, we've put together the 15 most important things you should know before visiting Saranda and Ksamil. These tips will save you time, money, and a lot of frustration. And before we start, remember that in the description below you'll find some useful links for your trip, including discounts on travel insurance, eSIMs, car and scooter rentals, plus some of the best tours and activities in this area. And if you're loving travel guides and exploring different destinations, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're creating one of the most complete travel series on YouTube with guides, itineraries and travel tips covering different continents. Now let's get started. Number 1. Ksamil isn't a hidden paradise anymore. Let's start with one of the biggest misconceptions. If you've been scrolling through Instagram or TikTok, you've probably seen Ksamil described as Europe's hidden paradise. Well, hidden isn't exactly the word anymore. During July and August, Ksamil becomes incredibly busy. The beaches fill up early, restaurants get crowded, parking becomes difficult, and some areas can feel much more crowded than people expect. Don't get us wrong, the water is still stunning and the beaches are beautiful. If you're expecting a secret tropical paradise with nobody around, you're probably arriving a few years too late. The best way to enjoy Ksamil is to arrive early and manage your expectations. Number 2. The Saranda Ksamil traffic is worse than you think. Looking at Google Maps, Saranda and Ksamil seem incredibly close. And technically, they are. The distance isn't very large. The problem is summer traffic. During peak season, especially between late morning and sunset, the road connecting Saranda and Ksamil can become heavily congested. A journey that looks short on the map can take much longer than expected. If you're planning beach days, excursions, or restaurant reservations, always leave extra time. One of the best strategies is to leave early in the morning and avoid the busiest hours. Number 3. Stay low in Saranda. This is probably the most important accommodation tip. When booking a hotel or apartment, you'll notice that many properties higher up the hills offer incredible sea views and lower prices. Sounds perfect, right? Not always. Saranda is much steeper than it appears online. What looks like a short walk on the map can quickly turn into a daily workout, especially under the summer heat. If you're not planning to rent a vehicle, try staying close to the promenade or within walking distance of the waterfront. Your legs will thank you later. Number 4. Southern Albania is not built for walking. Many travelers arrive thinking they can simply walk everywhere. That works in some parts of Saranda, but if you want to explore the region properly, you'll quickly realize distances are larger than they seem. Places like Ksamil, the Blue Eye, Butrint, Himar, Bosch, and many hidden beaches are spread across the coastline. Public transport exists, but it's not always the most convenient option. If you want maximum flexibility, renting a car or a scooter is one of the best decisions you can make. Number 5. The best beaches aren't always easy to reach. This is something many first-time visitors discover the hard way. Some of the most beautiful beaches in southern Albania aren't located directly next to a parking lot. In fact, many hidden gems require driving down narrow roads, navigating rough surfaces, or walking down steep paths. The photos online make everything look effortless, but reality can involve some hiking, especially during the hottest months of the year. Bring comfortable footwear and always check access conditions before heading out. Number 6. One of the most important. Saranda isn't as cheap as social media says. One of the biggest surprises for many travelers is the cost. For years, Albania has built a reputation as one of Europe's cheapest destinations, and in many parts of the country, that's still true. But Saranda and Ksamil are different. These are Albania's most popular beach destinations, and prices have increased significantly over recent years. Accommodation, beach clubs, restaurants, and activities can be much more expensive than people expect. During peak summer, 2 sunbeds and an umbrella can even cost you up to to 70 euros, for example. It's still generally cheaper than places like Mykonos, Ibiza or the Amalfi Coast. But please don't expect, for example, Southeast Asia prices. Number 7. Tourist prices are real. Let's continue with money. Many visitors arrive expecting everything to be incredibly cheap simply because they are in Albania. Then they sit down at a beachfront restaurant, order seafood, cocktails and sunbeds and get surprised by the bill. Prime locations come with premium prices. The closer you are to the beach, the more you're likely to pay. This doesn't mean the destination isn't worth visiting. It simply means you should budget realistically. Number 8. Bring cash. Although card payments are becoming more common, cash is still extremely useful. Some smaller restaurants, beach bars, parking areas and local businesses may prefer cash or only accept cash. So having some Albanian lek with you can save a lot of hassle. And by the way, near the promenade in Saranda, there is an American bank that for most visitors can cost less when it comes to withdraw. Please just avoid exchanging money at the airport, where rates are often less favorable. Number 9. Parking can be a nightmare. If you're visiting during summer and renting a car, be prepared. Finding parking in Saranda can already be challenging. Finding parking in Ksamil can be even harder. During peak hours, spaces disappear quickly and drivers often spend significant time searching for a spot. Whenever possible, arrive early. It will make your day much less stressful. Number 10. June and September are the sweet spot. If your schedule is flexible, this might be the best advice in the entire video. June and September, and even sometimes late August, offer some of the best conditions of the year. The weather is fantastic. The sea is warm, prices are often lower, and the crowds are significantly smaller than in July and August. You get almost all the benefits of peak season without most of the drawbacks. And this principle applies to even excursions like boat tours of the Blue Eye or Lekuresi Castle. Number 11. Corfu might be the best airport. Many travelers automatically fly into Tirana. That's the only airport in Albania, Tirana's airport. But depending on where you're coming from, Corfu can actually be the easier option. From Corfu airport, it's a short trip to the port and then a ferry directly to Saranda. In some cases, this route can save both time and energy compared to flying into Tirana and then driving several hours south or going there by bus. It's definitely worth comparing both options before booking your flights. Number 12. The Blue Eye is farther than you think. The Blue Eye is one of Albania's most famous natural attractions. Because it's often mentioned together with Saranda, many visitors assume it's just around the corner. Not exactly. Getting there requires planning. You'll need transportation, whether that's a rental vehicle, public transport or an organized tour that you can find in the link below. The good news, it's absolutely worth the effort. The colors of the water are unlike anything else in the region, and it's also a refreshing area where you can escape for a few hours. Number 13. Don't book the cheapest option without checking reviews. This is one of the most important tips in this video. Not every apartment, hotel or tour is exactly what it looks like online. Saranda and Ksamil have grown incredibly fast over the last few years, with new accommodations, restaurants and tour operators opening every season. Most of them are legit, but because the tourism industry is expanding so quickly, it's essential to do a little extra research before booking. When choosing accommodation, don't just look at the photos and price. Check recent reviews, read comments from other travelers, and pay attention to guest uploaded photos rather than relying only on professional images. A sea view apartment might look incredible online, but reviews may reveal that, for example, it's located at the top of a very steep hill next to a construction site or much farther from the beach than expected. The same applies to tours and excursions. Many companies offer very similar experiences, whether it's a boat tour, a trip to the Blue Eye, or a day exploring the Albanian Riviera. While cheaper options can be tempting, they don't always deliver the same experience. In some cases, travelers have reported shorter itineraries, less time at each stop, larger groups, or activities that didn't fully match what was originally advertised. That's why we always recommend booking accommodations and tours with plenty of verified reviews and a solid reputation, even if they cost a little more. A few extra euros can make the difference between a great experience and a disappointing one. And by the way, in the description you can find a link to install the Get Your Guide application, and if you use our discount code, you can have 5% off your first booking. Number 14. Public versus private beaches. Not every beach works the same way. Some areas are completely public and free to access. Others are dominated by beach clubs offering sunbeds and umbrellas for a fee. During peak season, the most popular locations can become expensive. It's worth researching where you want to spend your beach days in advance so there are no surprises. And number 15, don't spend all your time in Ksamil. Finally, one of the biggest mistakes travelers make. They spend their entire trip in Albania in Ksamil. Ksamil is beautiful, but southern Albania has so much more to offer. Other than Saranda, you can visit Butrint, discover the Blue Eye, visit Gjirokastër, drive along the Albanian Riviera to visit villages or beach destinations like Borsh, Himar, Dermi, Çeparo, viewpoints such as the Logara Pass, and even more hidden beaches. Some of the best memories you'll make won't come from the most famous places. They'll come from the places you didn't even know existed before your trip. Saranda and Ksamil are two of the most beautiful destinations in the Balkans, but like every popular destination, they're much easier to enjoy when you know what to expect. If this video helped you plan your trip, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And remember to check the links in the description: travel insurance discounts, eSIMs, car and scooter rentals, plus some of the best tours and activities available in the area. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Miru Pafshim!